He was called the Magician of Riga and the 8th World Chess Champion. He's no other than Mikhail Tal. He also held the record for the longest unbeaten streak in competitive chess history with 95 games, 46 wins, 49 draws. He often sacrifices material to gain an upper hand. Today, we will talk about his incredible playing style. Here are some games of Tal's magical plays. Tal started with e4. Petrosian replied with e6. Tal controlled the center. Petrosian didn't want that to happen. Knight moves and bishop pins it. Few moves later, Tal tries to attack. Petrosian wants a queen exchange, but Tal captures it. The queen pursued, but the white queen evaded. The queen wants the exchange. Tal defended his queen, and they exchange queens. They both tried to find a way. Then Tal attacks Petrosian's knight. Petrosian pushed his pawn, and Tal exchanged his knight. Then they both exchange their rooks. Here comes Tal's passed pawn. Of course, Petrosian's king will try to stop it, but the bishop will secure the pawn, and the king will be there to guard it. Few moves later, they both promote queens. Petrosian tried a few checks, but later on resigned. Tal opened up with d4, and Bronstein replied with ce6. They are sizing each other, but the middle game is a different story. Tal attacked Bronstein's knight, the knight jump attacking the queen. Queen captured the pawn, bishop move, and the bishop captures the strong knight. Tal with a battery. Then Bronstein shielded the defense, and Tal captured the pawn. Bronstein captured the pawn in a 3. Then they exchanged 2 rooks. The queen attacked the pawn, the black queen with a check, then after the king move. Bronstein wants a queen exchange. Tal didn't want that. It was 2 rooks versus 2 knights. And few moves later, the queen captured the f2 pawn, then knight jumps, and then pawn push. Tal captured the bishop. Bronstein captured first the pawn with a check, and Tal king moves. Queen to g1 threatening h2 check. That's why Tal captures the pawn. Bronstein captured the knight, and Tal ends it. Queen e7. With a lot of possible attacks, Bronstein resigned. Tal played as white, and he starts with d4. Knight to f6 by Hecht, and then c4. After this castling, the game went nuts. Knight attacks the bishop, but Tal counterplayed with his knight attacking Hecht's queen. The queen moves, then Tal attacks the knight. Hecht attacked both knight and queen. Are you thinking that Tal will move his queen? Of course not. He captures the knight, and Hecht captured the queen. The pawn continues to capture. Then the rook stopped the pawn. Tal attacked the queen, and Hecht didn't dodge, but he captures the bishop. Tal captures the queen. Then the bishop attacked the knight. Knight gave a check, then Hecht's king moves. Bishop went back. Then the passed pawn got captured. They went to endgame, and both of them have 2 rooks, but Tal has much faster pawn. Tal exchanged 1 rook. Hecht tried to stop the pawn, but the rook is there, and it will get promoted faster, and Tal is up 1 pawn. That's why he resigned. Tal played e4, Koblents replied with c5. Knight f3 and d6. In the 12th move, Tal played e5 attacking the knight, but Koblents countered with bishop to b7 attacking the queen. But Tal don't mind it and casually taking the knight. Of course, Koblents captures the queen. Then Tal captured the bishop. Pawn blocks the threat, and Tal once again give up his knight. Pawn captures, then pawn bishop with the check. The pawn blocks. Bishop takes king to f8. The pawn takes the bishop, and king to g7. Then bishop with a g3. Then moments later, the black king is in danger. That's why Koblents sacrificed his queen. Then the rook slides to f1. Knight h7. Then bishop takes the rook. Rook takes bishop. Then Tal played another brilliant. Rook to f8. Rook takes rook. Then knight captures the promoted pawn. Pawn push. Then king move. Tal captures the pawn, and he prepared to attack. But Koblents resigned. Tal played against Tringov, and this is quite a short game. Tal played bishop f4. Tringov played f5. Tal captures. Then he captured the pawn back. When it seems to be quiet, there's a danger. Tal played a brilliant. Queen to d6. Queen takes the knight, and Tal played rook to d1. With a threat of checkmate, knight blocks. But Tal played bishop sacrifice. Of course, king takes. Then Tal played g5 check. The king was forced to move back, then Tal played queen to e6. Then Tringov resigned. Albero played English opening. Meanwhile, Tal played e5, controlling the center. Knight to c3, and then Tal with d6. They both developed their pieces and few moves later. Albero played a bad move, which is ung5. This is where Tal went berserk, because Tal sacrificed his rook. Albero gave a check. The king moves, and Albero with a check with the idea of discovery in the next move. And here Tal played queen takes knight, a queen sacrifice. Then Tal played rook to d3, threatening the queen. Queen to e2. Then the bishop with a check. King moves to g2. Then Tal with a knight move attacking the bishop. Albero leaves no choice but to move the rook to d1. But the rook once again attacks the queen, and Albero blundered with queen to f1. Bishop checks. King moves to h3. Then the rook attacks the queen once again, and of course the queen dodged. Then Tal ends it with bishop f5 check. Birbrager starts the game with d4. Tal replied knight to f6, c4, then c5. They both developed their pieces. Then Birbrager with an attack. The pawn threatens the knight, but the knight captures the knight. The queen captured back. Rook move, then the queen slides. Then the Birbrager with a bad move, which is f3. The knight both jumped, then Tal with f5. Bishop to d3. Tal continues to push the pawn. Birbrager attacked the knight. Tal gave a check. After the king move, Tal with an attack to the rook. The rook dodge. The queen attacks the knight, but the rook shielded it. The queen captures the pawn, and the queen and knight goes back and forth. The knight moves once again, but Tal didn't want to draw. That's why he moved bishop takes g4, giving away his queen. Knight takes queen and bishop takes knight. Birbrager with h4, then Tal with rook to f8. Then Birbrager with a blunder with this bishop move. Then bishop with the fork, king to h2. Bishop takes the rook, then king takes the bishop. Knight captures, then queen captured back. Then Tal with a pawn fork. Queen forces to take the pawn, then the rook captures the queen. King captures, and the rook gave a check. King to g3, and bishop gave a check. The king moves, and Tal wants an exchange. Then Birbrager resigned. Tal opens up with the most popular e4. Koblents replied with c5, knight f3 and e6. Mid-game, and Tal attacked the knight. The knight jumped back, and from here the engine didn't know Tal's plan. Tal played rook to g1. Koblents pushed his pawn. Tal played queen to h5. Then the pawn got pushed, and Tal played rook to d3, ignoring his knight. And the engine said that it was a mistake. That's 3 consecutive moves of Tal. Knight was captured, and the bishop captured the pawn. But Koblents, with the blunder, he captured the pawn. And from here, Tal with an insane combination. He played rook to h3. The bishop captured the pawn, then pawn push. The bishop captures the pawn, threatening the queen. Instead of moving away, Tal played queen takes h7, sacrificing his queen. Bishop takes h7. Then rook takes g7, and after the king moves to h8. Tal ends it with rook takes bishop, checkmate.